Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pre-Ninja Racing. My name is Anders, and I'll be your host for tonight's race. I just need to take off the names, because we don't need to know the names of who's driving. There we go. And we're here for round 7, the last GT2 round of 2023, before we have the final round in 2024, here at Le Maggiore, which is a Gran Turismo circuit. And as the Butler fan club are in session already in chat, let's start off with a bit of Butler as qualifying's just starting. There's 6 drivers tonight, and we can see that our championship leader and winner is not driving tonight. So clearly taking a day off. So this is a good opportunity for Butler to secure P2 in the standings. As we'll just go trackside and we'll just watch Butler do a lap of Maggiore. Now everyone seems to still be in the BMW, even though I deliberately made it horrible. So we'll see how that all goes. Sobek in the Lamborghini might actually have a good chance tonight, but I've deliberately made the BMW just horrible. Genuinely horrible to drive. But around this circuit, it's quite wide. It's a lot of flowing corners, probably won't make much of a difference. But yeah, how are we doing all, everyone? Happy Sunday. I'm also joined in the commentary box by my brother called Chris. He's currently just starting off pretty much for the first time with sim racing tonight, like in anger at least. So he won't be racing tonight, but he's currently just in voice. If he has any questions and needs any help with anything, I'm ready and here to get that sorted out. And hopefully he'll be able to join for season 5 of the PNTCC. That'll be pretty sick. But that won't be for another 8 weeks away yet, because we'll be doing a different series in between the rounds. But let's jump on board with Butler as we go around the wintry circuit of Maggiore. I'm not sure why it's wintry. That's the game making it look like that for some reason. Can't drive, but with the drivers in Discord for moral support, good on you, Lemon. Good on you. I hope you're feeling better soon, dude. You've had that for a good week and a half now, 2 weeks. But I think Butler, unless anyone else can really pull any pace out of their bums, is going to do rather well tonight. I think it's going to be a pretty comfortable drive, unless the likes of Pitka and Vexler can cause any challenge. But we'll have to have a think about new series for the new year at some point soon. As we're starting to get a few lap times going through now. 1:58.7, 1:58.9. Spall for 2:01. Sobek over 2:02. Butler's going nice and slow to get a nice clean drive, but it's also going very, very slowly over the line. I think he knows that we're watching him. And doesn't want to set a superlative lap just yet. But that 2:05 is not a retrospect of what Butler can actually do. And again, he looks like he's just chilling. But let's go and have a little look at Sobek in the Lamborghini. which is a very nice Lambo, I'm not gonna lie. It's not a lot of editing or setup editing that you can do on it, but it's fast enough. It's very wintry here in Maggiore. You could easily do a 9-hour race around this circuit, I would say. It's got that sort of flexibility to it. It's quite a nice long circuit, nice and wide. Could definitely do something around here, that's for sure. 3-hour or 4-hour enduro would be quite good as well. How are you getting on, Chris?
Not very well. Keep sliding it.
Yeah, it's the touring cars are a different beast, but
Every time you go into a controller, the brake could just...
brake. It could well be that your brake bias is a bit too far. Is it the rear end that's loosened up, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might be that the brake bias is a little bit too further back. You could turn that off in CSP under track adjustments option called seasonal adjustments. Oh, I didn't know that. Let's have a look at that at me at some point. I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah, you might need to move your brake bias a little bit forward. You can do that in either the setup or... oh, the Lamborghini really does take off. Wow. Okay. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that. That's mental. That is actually mental. Okay. So the Lamborghini does actually fly. That's something. I knew Hugh had said like, oh yeah, the Lamborghini flies. It does actually fly. And here is Mark Coulson, that's South African. But yeah, move your brake bias a little bit more forwards, and in setup, if you go to the tab called generic, you could do it there, and I would soften up the braking power, so make it from, instead of 100, make it 90, and then you have a bit more chance. But in the touring cars, you need to do the heavy braking first, and then slow it up, and don't shift down the gears too quickly, because that will also upset the rear, the motors. Butler's trying to set up a Michael Schumacher here, which is last lap P1. And I think he's got this down to the ground here. I think this is going to be the fastest lap so far. It's going to be like a 156 or something. Coming up. That's my prediction. My prediction is going to be a 156. Butler is rather quick. See, I thought I made the BMW a lot worse than the way that Butler's actually driving it, to be fair. I thought I made it understeery as hell, but clearly it's not too bad. Sobek's now with a 2019 spool with a 2011, so clearly they are finding a bit more time here. Question in chat, should I get rid of the BMW for the last race and just keep it Lamborghini Ferrari? The battle of the Italian stallions, although technically one's a bull, but we'll go with it. Butler's looking very smooth here. Rather buttery smooth. Spool is currently the only other person on track that could improve the position. Coulson currently P2, Pitka in P1. And Butler has pulled out of his lap. So clearly just chilling this evening, as here comes Mole. Trying to improve his lap time. Uses as much of the road as possible. And over the timing line he comes, and the countdown begins. So the touring cars are back tomorrow night at the Norris Ring. Make sure you get yourselves signed up for that. The championship is literally split between 4 people right now as we currently speak. And the Porsche multi-class is heading to Thruxton. And Noah, who is the current GT4 leader, has got a 1-week ban on World Sim Series. So that gives Cole a big opportunity to gain back some points. And I actually lie, apparently the GT2 World Championship will finish up on the 24th of December at Yas Marina. So, although I might have to change that because I'm not going to be too sure that I can actually make it. Here we go. Just waiting for forgot to bloody can't do back to pits quite yet, but we'll keep an eye on Pitka, who's currently P1. Vexler is currently P3. Here come the lights. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights. And off we pop for round 7 of the G2 World Championship. Coulson gets a good start off the line. And we'll just watch the first few corners before I head back to pits. And everyone is making it through absolutely fine. And Sobek just falls down to the back of the grid. And Butler makes their way up to P4. Here comes the scene changer. Boop! It's the wrong one as well. It's the wrong scene. I'm just not on the ball tonight at all. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that. Just not on the ball at all, as we saw Sobek go off there, and it looks like Spool locked up, and Sobek's lost the rear end of that Lamborghini. But there's still plenty of time left to go. Spool is also currently battling that BMW. As Butler, Coulson and Pitka make their way through the Magyar circuit. And they head down towards the fast sweeping right-hander, all trying different lines. But Coulson's got a bit of a slow exit here, but just manages to cover off Butler in P3. And Butler moves his way up into P2, make a move into the last corner. It's a lot of speed carried through these corners. We're just going to allow for some rather interesting overtaking slash defending. Spool is in P5 and Sobek is coming down the hill in P6. And luckily he's not given up, even though there was a bit of bit of an undoing through this bottom hairpin that they're all going to, and Pitka runs a bit wide, gets a bit squarely on the power, and that's Butler into P1. Butler gets the car stopped, and that's it. Butler is off into the lead. And I think now we might see the 156s. I think it's doable. I reckon Butler might be able to do it. If he had his own setup, he probably could. Let's try this one. Where is Sobek? Here's Sobek. Let's go on board and watch this front end just take off. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Love that. Keep it going, Sobek. Keep it going. And there is Spall, 6 seconds behind Vexler right now. You know what, whilst this is going on, I'm going to take away the BMW for the last round. Screw it. Before anyone signs up, taking it away, and I'm going to move it to the new year. Oh, I might even delay a PNGCC race as well, actually. Whilst we're here. What's that, sorry?
On generic, it says my brake bias is 70%.
So that's 70% towards the front. So actually that's pretty hardcore. So maybe just reduce your brake power down to 90. And then that hopefully will help. Let's take a look at Mark Coulson, currently trying to chase down Pitka up ahead of them. Swooping long left-hander. It's a good circuit this, really, to be honest, for a fictional track. We're having a little bit of a moment there. Currently battling Pitka. So clearly Pitka was struggling there into T1 and is struggling there as well. So clearly over pushing the BMW quite a lot, and that's Coulson up into P2. There's not going to be a great deal Pitka can do about that. Although going down into the bottom hairpin, Pitka might try and hang it around the outside using the camber a little bit more. Might get him a good drive up the hill, but sadly to no prevail. Oh, and Pick has just taken off Coulson. I'm sure that's what just happened. I don't think Collie just left it. I'm actually Rewatching it to the screen to my right. So let's have a quick look at what Pitka does here. Yeah, Pitka completely takes him out. Results, right, Pitka. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So you'll see it come up on the screen in just a moment. Pitka's got a drive-through penalty from race director for hitting another car off the track. So whether they like it or not, they will be going into... Well, they'll have to do a drive-through, otherwise it will... Otherwise it will DQ them. Butler's way off into the lead. Just going to chill for 45 minutes now. As Coulson now needs to make a little bit more, sadly, of an effort to get to the rear end of Spool. And Solbeck in the Lamborghini is not having the best of time either, to be honest. I'm not sure if you're able to clip that letter me and just post it to WSS to get him banned. Or get a ban, because that's worse than what bloody Noah did. And he got a 1-week suspension. That's probably something that we'll need to set up on our website, actually, saying report drivers. And it has to be linked to a YouTube video or something that they've made. But Coulson currently trying to catch up to Vexler. And Pitka will have to go in the pits, and we'll probably get another drive through anyway because of all of the track cuts that they're currently doing. And they'll probably get a stop and go for speeding in the pits as well. There you go. 10-second stop and go for speeding in the pit lane for Pitka as well. So they're going to have to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if they do end up retiring, really, because when you get a double penalty like that in 45 minutes, it's not, yeah, kind of ruins your race completely. Yeah, there you go. They've pretty much retired. They've gone into the pits. And that's the end of that. So that's Spool up to P4. That'll be that. So Coulson up to P3. Vexter in P2. Butler currently in P1. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there's going to be, even though we've got half an hour to go, I don't think much more is going to happen. There's just not enough drivers to create enough to happen. And the drive-through's not been cleared either because he teleported to pits. So he's still got a drive-through to do and a stop and go. So they're going to get disqualified, sadly. So EL, Mo, what are you doing chatting when you're driving? Very unclear on stream. You might have to look at a replay for that. Yeah. Replay for that. I'll have to have a look at replay then. I've got the little YouTube live stream which has got like a 30-second delay, so if anything does happen I can have a look at it, and he definitely punted Coulson off. And Coulson moves into P2. So Vexler clearly having a moment. So that's Collie into P2. Now, what will that do to the championship standings? If Collie gets a good result here, 18 points added to Collie. 56. Put him on 64 points. Yeah. Regardless, Lemmy, I would say as long as you can attend the last race, you've got P3 in the bag. There's not a lot that Coulson can do unless he gets 25 points. Unless he gets 25 points, that'll be the thing that opens it up for him for the battle for P3 of the championship between you and Mark Coulson. Because if he did get 25 points, that would put him on 71 points, and you're currently on 86. Drive-through for pit cover cutting. So he's got multiple drive-throughs now. So he's got a drive-through to do, a stop and go to do, and another drive-through. Yeah, don't be surprised if he says that he's been disqualified very soon. So we take a look at Mole, who's also very fresh into sim racing. But has invested quite a lot of money of late into making it a bit more of a consistent hobby, which is nice. And I can already kind of notice the differences, especially within his braking. How are you getting on, Chris?
Yeah.
It's tough work, isn't it, to be touring cars? It's not an easy drive. But how are you doing against the AI?
I'm 7th out of 8th in quali.
It's not bad. Take that. For someone that's doing it for the first time today, that's not too bad on 100% AI. I'll fucking take that. Are you about to start a race?
No, not yet.
Alright, what race have you gone for? 5 lap, 10 lap? 3 lap?
Probably 10 lap.
Probably 10 lap or 10 minute.
Yeah, something like that.
That's fair. That's a good idea. And there you go, Pitker's been disqualified for not taking his drive-throughs. So next lap, it will teleport him to the pits. And there is our race leader, currently 30 seconds in the lead. Butler with the fastest lap time of a 1:57.4. I'm sure if he had his own setup, he could probably do a 1:56. The rest of the field, 1:57.2. He's getting there. He's getting there with the challenge for 1:56. But for the last round, it's purely Lamborghini versus Ferrari. I think that's fair. Should be quite fun as well. Oh dear. Pardon-moi. Should be near. Okay, should be coming towards the rear end of the circuit now. Either they don't have the notifications turned on. That's too late. It's too late. I've already been DQ'd. Already been DQ'd, but we'll see what. At least they're off the circuit, at least. Sobek, the only one in an interesting car. The Lamborghini. And it's only 5 seconds behind Spall, and I believe catching. That rear end's really not happy around that last corner, but well handled. I'm not hairpin, sorry. Cambered hairpin. Lamborghini does sound nice. That's right, 66, you're a champion, so you can just lollop about as much as you like, my guy. It's all gravy. I've taken away the BMW for the last race. It's only the Lamborghini or the Ferrari. Around Yas Marina. So, be interesting to see what happens there. But that's now not until after, well, this is the last GT2 race of 2023. Cannot believe we're this close to Christmas already. It's insane. He's losing a lot of time there. Wow, all in the BM. Yeah, that's why I've taken it away, mate. I made a terrible setup for it as well. And yet I did it on a joypad. Because I don't have a sim rig at the moment because I sold it to my brother. I did the setup of the BMW for fix on a joypad, and yet it's still somehow better than the Lamborghini and the Ferrari. No idea how, but you know, never mind. But Sobek is catching up to Mole in front. Not by very much per lap, but he certainly is catching up. So it's not lost for Sobek. P4 is still on the cards very much. I'm just going to select random. Go select random and we'll just see what happens with the old camera work. And there is Sobek with quite a bit of damage on the front, so clearly a big lock up into T1. Hello, what? How are you doing? Watch the Lamborghini fly. There's the fly. There we go. Oh, very close there. Very close there. It's the closest racing we've had since lap 1. And we're 25. Well, we're actually 20 minutes in now. Really? 20 plus minutes in. We're at the halfway point. And Sobek is trying to catch down Mole ahead, and Mole locks up the front right, runs a little bit wide. Can Sobek make anything of it? Did Butler start last place? He did, yes. Yes, he did. And Mole went off the circuit and almost had an awful rejoin. But Sobek watched him all the way. And Sobek moves up into P4. Spall clearly not having a good time with the brakes into T1. And, oh, that car's heavily damaged. That aero's gone. Going to have to get that repaired. Yeah, that BMW has seen much, much better days. Coulson is in P2 right now, so we head over the crest, down the very steep hill. And here is your race leader, Butler. It's just on a 158.1. Pardon me. But fair play to these folks for keeping going. I mean, there's only 5 people driving right now in a 45-minute race, so we'll have to think again about what our Sunday series looks like. Let's see what's what. Okay, I have someone doing anything to get rid of that mirror. It's a bit annoying. Butler's cruising tonight. Just chilling. All chill, no frills. And how are you getting on, Chris? Yeah, that's fair enough. Bit too much of a jump in, which is fair enough, my guy. But now you know what to aim for. You know, that's what we try to do. But it's a lot easier when you have other humans around you, and it's yeah. When there's more people around you, you can talk to them about like what you're doing with the car and what it's doing and how you're doing it, and everyone's got different strategies of sorting things out. But it's a small little taster.
Yeah, it's just getting to grips with like the braking.
Yes.
The braking.
Yeah. It's very different to probably anything that you're used to. That's the bit that'll take the longest for you to get used to, I would say. It's the braking. J Sky in the chat says, how strange how these grids been small in these. Yeah, it has been. I think it's the cars, if I'm honest. Even though this was voted for by the community, the GT2s, I think realistically it's not the most popular. But remember, all of our events this time around, apart from the PNTC, were voted for, so it is an interesting one. I was speaking to Jammer, and we were thinking about maybe doing a GT86 versus BRZ championship. Even though they're exactly the same car, pretty much. We'll see what we can find. Or one of those and just do a series in them in the new year. That's like our entry-level series, maybe. But yeah, Coulson doing some nice laps here. Sobek has pulled a bit of a gap to Sport. Chase Guy says yes. Yes. Yeah, we just need to find a nice cup edition of the GT86 or the BRZ. And maybe do something with those whilst the PNTCC has its, 8-week hiatus before Season 5. Short tracks though. Yeah, it'd be similar to the PNTCC, but not touring cars. It would just be the same car. It's like maybe a couple of reverse grids, that sort of thing. Maybe. I think. One makes race always closer racing. Yes, it does. You're completely right, 66. It's a very cryptic way of saying it, but yes, that's completely correct. Two-race format. Yeah, I'm wondering the two-race format. And, oh, spoiler's got a drive-through for cutting. It's already P5. 60 minutes left to go, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon me. I mean, we could do it that we do one race at one track and one race at another in the same night. Time for another open wheeler? I think so. I think that'll be the Sunday night one. Winners will get extra ballast for the rest of the season with maximum ballast of XX. That could be interesting, Lemmy. That could be interesting. Hard to manage, but I think that would be interesting. It's what I used to do in the BTCC. And a bit of ballast. When it's on offer, Chris, we'll have to get you AMS 2.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the better ones for AI, and to be fair, for like learning stuff, it's got a little bit of arcadiness to it, just a small bit, so it's a little bit more forgiving. So we'll have to get you on that as well. But it's skills that you can just transfer over to other sims. Plus, me and Jam are quite like AMS 2, to be fair. The F2 season was really good. Yeah. Thanks again, Sobek, for ruining my race. I'm out. So spoiler's out. After saying Sobek ruined his race. Was that at the very beginning? With the collision? Was there a collision or was it not a collision? We'll have to have a look at a replay. Yeah, the F2 was, it was F3, wasn't it? F3 with the RS. I don't think we did F2. I thought it was F3 with the RS. But yeah, we need to find a Formula Series of some degree that doesn't have any awkward things to manage. Just, downforce, car, go. F3, yeah, I thought it was F3. I mean, if there's some nice F2s out there, we can certainly have a look. Because I think if we can find like a good F2 that doesn't, have like DRS to worry about, because we know with AC it doesn't always work properly, and if people have it all the time, it kind of defeats the point of having DRS. But yeah, I'm sure it was F3. Okay, well, we'll have a little look. F3's perfect for that. Yeah, I just don't want DRS or anything like that, because AC can't do it properly. Because some of the modded circuits that we used were a bit iffy and stuff like that. And people just got penalties for applying it too early. We can turn off DRS zones next year. Sadly, WSS doesn't have that option. Okay. That's good to know. That means we can use cars with DRS and not worry about it. Yeah, or just turn it off like Lemmy says, but we'll have a think, we'll have a look. I mean, if it wasn't paid content, I would just get the IndyCars back on. Hang on, let me look at my trophy. I'm sure it's F3. I'm sure it's Formula 3. Yeah. The car's fine, it was just the tracks. That's just what enough. Yeah, 66 won that season. Coulson's got a drive through for cutting, and he's in P2 with 6 seconds gap. And that's going to be completely gone, and he needs to make sure he slows right up for it as well, otherwise he'll get another stop and go. Or he'll get a stop and go, sorry, for speeding in the pit lane. Some epic races though. There were some good races. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out, I'm sure. Luckily, the pit lane here is quite short, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And Collier slowed right up. Need to look at calendar really. Well, I think nothing's going to really come in until the end of January anyway, because I think we'll host it on our own website going on from next year. So yeah, just to let the cat out of the bag, we are creating our own website to be able to host our own P&R racing sessions. And Coulson's got his drive-through done. I think we should have some P&R presence in the upcoming team events. Yeah, I think we should, definitely. Just see who's free, who's interested. And definitely enter ourselves into some other events that are out there, if people want to. But yeah, in the new year, the website's not far away, it's almost done, in a way. And then Lemmy has to do the magic. But we will have our own website by the end of January, really. I agree. J Sky fastest drivers. 66 and Butler. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting if we could get a team like that together. How well it would do. And like a GT3, but it's all about consistency, you see. Consistency is the key thing in the Enduros. Being fast and ultra consistent. And not getting penalties, which is one thing that our teams are very good at doing. Is getting penalties. So 8 minutes left to go. I think this is pretty much going to be the final standings, really. But yeah, come the new year, prettyninjaracing.com, possibly, will be up and running by the end of January, most likely. And that's when we'll start doing our own events, and I'll be plastering it all over YouTube. So once these events in WSS are finished, apart from the Velo City event, we'll be thinking about just hosting it on our own system. Yeah, the numbers are going to probably be less. It's going to be most likely like it is right now. but hopefully we'll get more and more people sign up to our systems at some point. I haven't had any problems getting penalties. My teammates, on the other hand, were collecting them like Easter eggs. This guy says, exciting. Yeah, we've even got driver ranking sorted as well, and it's basically the Gran Turismo system, for want of a better expression. So it should work really well, and we're going to have some daily races, and we'll have our weekly races like we do now, but we'll have some dailies that people can get involved in. And hopefully it will slowly grow into some beautiful flower. And realistically, we're doing all of this for AC2. That's the reality. So it's not necessarily just for AC, but we are setting the foundations ready for AC2, which will be summer of next year. Oh dear me, what are you up to, Chris? Anything? Might not even be there, to be fair. Might not even be there. Might be a busy bee. Six says, if it's any good, I reckon it will be. I reckon it'll be the sim of all sims, because it's going to have the same sort of modding support as AC, and apparently in an interview they mentioned that any AC mods that have been created will be supported in AC2. So that clearly means that they're not using the Unreal Engine, they're using their own engine again, which is great, because their engine's good. It just needs a whee, and there goes Sobek. Locking up the rear. Off we go. It's a new platform going to support ACC. Not straight away, but it's in the pipeline. Not straight away. There are so many ACC platforms out there. I think it's just better that we just join their events like LFM, like SimGrid, like WSS. We just join in with those ACC events. I think that's probably the better way to do it, but for now it won't support ACC to begin with, just AC. Because hopefully, you know, next year the channel will grow a little bit more. I'm going to set a subscriber target of 500 for next year. So we'll try and get to 500 subscribers. We're not too shy away from 200, which is really amazing. So try and earn 300 subscribers, so that's one a day, you know. Basically was 365 days in a year, but one a day, essentially. And hopefully get somewhere. But look, it's leading the way, absolutely dominating. And Coulson is slowly closing the gap to Vexler, but not fast enough, really. as he comes down to the start finish straight to start the last lap of the race. Oh, someone's binned it massively. And that would be Sobek at the same point at the bottom of the hill. So Sobek's going to have a fair bit of damage there. That actually sounded like it was quite the shunt, really. Down the hill he comes, final corner to complete round 7 of the GT2 World Championship. Butler gets another victory under his belt. And I'm pretty sure if he had started 63 laps for you at the moment. Nice times around the Norris Ring for 66. Oh, that's for the PNTCC. Vexler is on his way, or on their way rather. Still got a fair chunk of the lap to go. Collie's done pretty well. Jobs are good in for our field, as Vexler somehow, I was going to say, just drives straight on out. So that's it for tonight's race. PNTCC comes back tomorrow night at the Norris Ring. Up to 4 people could possibly win that championship at the moment, so it'll be worth keeping an eye out for. The G2 World Championship will be back in 2024 as we head to Yas Marina. Only the Ferrari and the Lamborghini are available for the final round, just to try and make things interesting. And the Porsche multi-class are heading to, and I cannot remember for the life of me, Thruxton. They're going to Thruxton, and that should be a hell of a race. Right, until next time, gents, look after yourselves, and I'll catch you tomorrow night for some, what is going to be some intense racing at the Norris Ring.